network defense. I think I can share my screen. Possible? Yeah, I just sent an request.
Shravan sir, also please make Praveen sir the co-host. Thank you.
Yeah, I think I'm able to share my screen.
Yes, sir. We have made Mr. Praveen Koduturi as a co-host.
Yeah. Can everyone
Yeah,
able to
sir.
see my screen?
Yes, sir. We can see your screen, sir.
Excellent. Thank you. So as I said, yeah, today's topic, network defense and countermeasures. So agenda for today's topic is like what is network defense and the threat landscape, what we are seeing in nowadays world, and the defense in a depth and core network security controls, advanced countermeasures, monitoring and incident response, and the best practices, right? So let's go with the network defense. So what is network defense actually? So the techniques and the controls, whatever, what kind of techniques we use in order to protect our environment. When I say environment, it would be like network, endpoints, or information, everything. And the controls, we have to take certain controls to meet that requirement, right? So the CIA, we call it as a CIA triad. So I would say these three components are major pillars for any organization or any firm. Confidentiality, C transfer for confidentiality, I transfer integrity, and A is availability. So these are the main aspects of any organization. So if we compromise on any of these, then the reputation and there will be a data loss, and the business will uh, lose a reputation, I would say. And nowadays, more than money, uh, data is more expensive nowadays. So if we lose some money, that's okay. But if you lose the data, nowadays we are seeing in the internet. So every now and then we are seeing, okay, so and so company, there was a breach in the so and so organization, there was a data loss in so and so organization. So by seeing that, we will be feeling like, okay, okay. The so-and-so company has a security breach. So if you need to take a service from that organization, you will give a pause saying that, okay, there was an attack in this organization, there was a data breach, whether it's the right way to go to that organization, whether it's right way to choose for that service or not. So you'll go for second thought. So that's where the CIA is coming to the picture, and it's very crucial for any organization or any business, I would say. So prevent unauthorized access and detects malicious activity, respond to the threats quickly, and maintains business continuity. So when I come to the CIA confidentiality, so maintain the privacy, right? So example, we are giving service to the organization or a company. So the confidentiality is key, definitely. So that should not be shared with anyone else apart from the authorized person, authorized users. And integrity, we should be assured that the data won't be manipulated. It is saved as intact. And availability. So the system should be available for the users, required users or authenticated users every time, right? So example, if you see like we are using some banking websites, right? So for that some transactions, and we expect that that is available when I need it, right? So I have to do some transactions. Nowadays we are using UPI, but again that is linked to the banking in the background, right? So we expect, okay, I need to transfer some money. We expect that should be available all the time. So that comes to the availabilities. Next, so today's threat landscape, how it is look like, and what kind of attacks we are seeing in outside of the world. Ransomware attacks, one of the major attack we have been hearing from last few years. So I'll come to the uh, details of it, but anyone knows what is the ransomware attack from the forum?
Sir, in ransomware attack, your data will be hacked, and the some money will be you will be asked for some money to remove that data to free the data.
Right, exactly. So ransomware is like the kind of attack where attacker will compromise your system and take control of your system or data completely and encrypt it, right? So you will be having access to the system, but you can't see the data. And in order to get that data back, so I think previous sessions sir called about the encryption mechanisms, etc. So there are lots of varieties of encryptions. So they use critical the encryption type, which is not so easy to break it. So they encrypt your data and blackmail for money. So that could happen to the individuals also, not necessarily that company data, right? So that is a ransomware attack. So with this, how organizations are, I will like to give you real-time examples, okay, not just definitions, but how organizations are prepared for these ransomware attacks. Like in worst case, okay, ransomware attack happened in the organization. So not everyone, every organization will be in a position to give the ransom, give the money to the attacker, and there is no guarantee that he will give you the key, decryption key, and you will get your data back, right? So one thing is we have to take a countermeasures. We have to take a certain controls that our systems don't fall into the ransomware attacks. But in case that happens, so we'll take a countermeasures for sure. But instead of paying it, if you have a backup of data, right? If you have a backup of the system data, then it will be easy to restore it and get the system back to normal. So that's one kind of procedure. Many of the organizations use it. So the backup solution is very crucial. So it costs some money, but definitely you will be in a safer hand. So as I initially mentioned, money can be earned, but data never, right? So that's also very crucial for banking organizations or healthcare department or automobile, any kind of industry. Data is very crucial. So the backups, that's the reason organization spends lots of money on the backup solutions and the storage, right? And a supply chain compromise. So when I say supply chain compromise, so when an organization needs to run, example, let's say when I will take HDFC as bank, not just HDFC or a bank. So I'm taking an example, easy example, so we use it on a daily basis, right? So their main function is to provide the banking services, right? That could be online, offline, or transactions related, or loan processing, and anything. But they need an infrastructure, they need an applications, and they need a network, right? So they will be relying on some other third parties. So example, we need system that may be Mac OS or Windows OS, Linux OS, or whatever. So banking is not manufacturing of those systems, maybe physical or software or whatever. So they are dependent on the other supply third parties, right? So there is no malicious activity. Everything is working fine from the banking operations. So when I say that transactions or whatever, but there is a breach, there is a security threat in the backend, right? Maybe software or the system, right? So the application, whatever they are using. So that is that comes under supply chain compromises. And zero-day exploits. Did anyone hear zero-day exploit? What is a zero-day exploit? Anyone, whatever you know. Okay, fine. So zero-day exploit is something, it is just arrived. Like hope you already know the vulnerability. What is a vulnerability? So vulnerability is nothing but a the uh, security gap within the system, right? So maybe there is a code leakage or a system patch is required, right? So zero-day exploit is something, it is not identified by everyone, but vendor or someone identified it, but there is no solution available as of now. So that's called as a zero day. The name itself says like a zero day. It is fresh. So attackers try to utilize that opportunity to exploit the system. Let's say we are using a Windows 11 as operating system in the lab, workstations, laptops, right? So they find some vulnerability. Immediately they try to exploit it. Before, the Windows 10 is supported by Microsoft, right? So Microsoft releases patches on every second Tuesday of the month. So before they release patch, so these guys try to attack and gain access to the system, get into the organizational landscape, right? Though those things called as zero-day exploits. So we'll come to the topic of how we can overcome or stay protected from the zero-day exploits. And advanced persistent threats. So this is kind of long term. It won't happen just like that, but it will. They will be monitoring your environment, or how it is operating, or slowly get into your environment and slowly um, execute something. So that's called as advanced persistent threats, and they will be using a very advanced tools and techniques. So it will be hard to detect and protect the systems. And insider threats. Can anyone guess what is insider threat? Anyone? Give a shot. No one wants to? It's okay. So insider threat is someone who is internal to the organization. So let's say an organization is running a business, but the employee itself, maybe they have some negative intentions, right? Maybe they want to take revenge of something, or they don't like someone, or they don't like the organization, or maybe financial gain also. If someone says that, okay, give me this data, I will give you some bucks, some amount, right? So that's where organizations are going with a concept called zero trust. When I say zero trust, trust nobody, trust nothing. Verify, validate, and then grant access. Well, even if it is the employee who is working for organizations, because now getting into the emerging technologies, it's not so easy. It's not so easy to protect the data, or protect, or have the good, maintain a good reputation. So that's the reason nowadays everyone is going with the zero trust model. So insider threats, so that's an employee itself, but they will be having some negative intentions of it. So it's not like, okay, they have to steal some data and give it to the attacker, but they can help them also, right? Example, let's say like a phishing email. Anyone know the what is phishing email? Phishing and security terminology? Phishing. No? Any guess? That's okay. So fishing is same like how we catch the fishes. Similarly, they try to catch the take advantage of a weakness. Let's say we use Gmail, Outlook, or whatever the email system, right? And even the messages also. We call it as a phishing. So there are lots of technical terms over there. So they will be sending, and now WhatsApp as well. So someone sends you and give you some exciting offer, saying that, okay, you got, there was a jackpot and you are eligible for 1 lakh reward. So click on this link, or download this application. So those kind of things comes under phishing. So they create an excitement or create some urgency, and they will keep you in a trap of like a benefit. They claim that okay, you will get some benefit out of it. So that's called as a phishing. So insider threat, like we anyone would be like every organizations give trainings on these basic security aspects of it, even the phishing as well. So if inside a thread he wants to do something, so he can encourage or support the attacker with the phishing as well. So with one click, gone, everything is like you are giving a lead, you are giving a lead for that attacker, right? And coming to the cloud and remote workforce exposure. So cloud nowadays, everything is into the cloud, right? So organizations are not maintaining their infrastructure. Earlier, it was like organizations are using the data centers, right? So the MNC companies or big five companies, everyone was maintaining their own data centers. But now they're also getting into the cloud to minimize the cost, maintenance cost, and transferring the risk. When I say transfer of the risk is, if I am owning a device, okay, I am setting up a data center or a small keeping in a room, right? So I am responsible for to maintain and protect that data center, right? Server room or whatever we call it as. But if I'm going to the cloud, so the risk is transferred. The cloud provider will take the ownership of maintaining the infrastructure. So we have IaaS, PaaS, and a platform as a service, infrastructure as a service, software as a service, right? So these models, sorry?
SAS, SAS,
Yeah, SaaS,
okay.
PaaS, yeah, exactly. So everyone is getting into the SaaS model, software as a service. So we are using a Gmail, we are using a YouTube, we are using Google. So we don't own anything. We are using a software. We are using the like a front end, right? So now YouTube is also asking to take some subscriptions to get content of it, right? So they are also getting gaining the business, and we are spending some money, but we don't own it anything, right? So we are just using the service. So with that, now let's come into the organization perspective. So organizations are not spending money in the infrastructure. So they are taking IaaS, infrastructure as a service, or platform as a service, from the Azure, AWS, Google, right? So they are the even we have Oracle and other cloud providers as well. So these three are one of the major contributors, right? So the organization, example, I am running a small firm, but I don't have a budget to maintain a data center or a server room or etc. So I go to Amazon, AWS. Okay, this is my requirement. I need so and so system with the so and so specifications. Give me that, right? So with this, I am saving my money and I am transferring the risk to them. But there will be, like, if at all the AWS, Amazon into some attack, then my data is also into trouble, right? So that is one chance. Our AWS system is, there are some vulnerability or attacker is getting exploit. So that is also one of the thing where I don't have a control of it, because I am taking the service of it, but I don't have the control on what is happening in the backend. So those kind of risk we will be having when we are relying on a cloud. And especially with after like a COVID situation, lots of organizations are started moving into the cloud. But after seeing this, and I'm telling in the real time scenario, after seeing these kind of dependencies or risks, so few organizations are thinking like, okay, that's okay, I can spend some time, money, but I should have a control of my data. So the production system, the critical systems, they are keeping on their internal, like they are maintaining data centers, or keeping in an office, and a few things are they are relying on a cloud. So it's up to the organizations what is important and what is critical. So the critical data, critical services are in, they are keeping it internal, and the uh, low risk services are giving to cloud. And remote workforce exposure. Yes, before COVID, also people used to do work from home, but during the COVID or after the COVID, the remote work from home is continuing. So with that, like a threat landscape is expanding like anything. So if person is coming to the office, sitting in a room, right, and working, connecting to the office network, which is secured, the threat landscape, like the probabilities of getting exposed are very less. So now work from home, so I'm sitting at my home and I have some broadband. So whether they are reputed one or there are local broadband or whatever, I am using some router. I brought it. I bought it from internet or someone gave me. So I'm connecting to it. There is no security. There is no encryption, right? So we never know how the attacker will be entering to the system. Okay, I'm using a weak password, or someone is easily crackable, right? So with that, he can gain control of my system, right? So, and a few organizations follow BYOD policy, bring your own device. So instead of organization is giving you the system, you can, if you have your personal laptop, that's okay. You can use it for work, right? So few organizations are giving that facility as well, but there is a risk, right? So if person is using a laptop for organization perspective only for the business, so the probability getting to the means expose, it would be very less, right? Your personal laptop, you are installing some third party applications, and you're playing some games, or like browsing some different websites. We never know, right, what kind of websites it is. Maybe your intention is good, you are trying to access the legitimate website itself, but we never know in the internet world, right, what would happen it. So when we use this system for office purpose itself, so the probability of getting the attacks, threats, exposed to the threats will be minimized. So that comes under the remote workforce exposure. And IoT, OT, Internet of Things, as we discussed, like there are lots of attack
Devices.
vectors. Sorry?
Now, nowadays there are a lot of IoT devices, so the things can be attacked using IoT devices also.
Exactly.
Maybe.
Exactly. That's true. That's what I'm saying, right? The threat landscape has been increased like anything in the last few years. So the technology is growing, yes. The attackers is also being very smart, learning things like using ChatGPT, like AI, like artificial intelligence, machine learning, and within single click, it will everything completed, right? They can gain access or everything. That's the reason even organizations. So I would like to tell you, like previously, organizations were not looking into securing the things. They were not investing in the security, right? So after seeing these attacks and know the value of data and the reputation, so every organization started investing into the security. So it's being difficult for the attackers also. Okay, um, so and so organization was not using or not following any security controls, but now they are. So they have to advance their skills again, right? Even in the same time, organization also should advance uh, implementing their controls. We'll come to the next slide, how organizations are working and what are the controls they have to implement it. So defense in the depth. So layered security, as you know, the OSI layers, open system interconnection, we have layers like application layer, data link layer, session layer, network layer, right? Physical layer. So similarly, we should have a layered security so that we will have a control of every layer, every design. So let's start with application security, right? So we should have application level of security controls. I would say like application firewall. We do have a network firewall, but that might not be sufficient, right? So the SQL injections, cross-site scripting. So there are types of attacks. There is a possibility into the application side. So we have to maintain or implement certain controls into the application level. And host and endpoint protection, like a host and endpoint. Endpoint is any device which is connected to the internet. So that could be my mobile, that could be my workstation or a laptop, or maybe Wi-Fi device, everything which has the IP address, I would say, right? So that call I can call it as even the phone, IP phone also. That is all endpoint, right? So if I'm having a firewall in the network level, that is not sufficient. You should have EDR and AV. AV is antivirus. So how does the antivirus works is signature based. Like it will be protecting with the known viruses with a signature. So that's
So
again,
I
it's
have a
like,
question
yeah, please.
about application security.
Hmm.
Like you were saying, there is a antivirus for host or endpoint protection.
Yes,
How can we ensure application security? Because every application has to get its own, I mean, it has to be secured by itself. Like they have to implement their own security measures, I mean to say.
exactly.
So it will be different at different application levels. I mean, applications, different for different applications, right? You
Definitely,
mean that
definitely.
part? Huh?
Yep,
Okay.
yep,
So nothing to do with the internet because they have to ensure their own security, you mean?
exactly. Yep. So the application developer, whoever is
Yeah,
built it, like
exactly.
a service delivery life
Mm.
cycle.
They
So
have to take care of it.
exactly, they have to take care of it. I'm just describing like what are the security measures we have to tackle it. So
Yeah,
if
where it is possible to make
exactly,
the.
exactly.
Mm.
So we can't rely on a single layer. Like, okay, I'm using only my laptop to connect to the systems. So if my system is protected, that's not sufficient. So I'm sitting in an organization, like organization should be protected as well, right?
Yes.
So antivirus is like a signature base, how it will be working on a signature base. So there is an XYZ antivirus. So there will be a signature released by the respective vendor, maybe McAfee or Avast or a Bitdefender or Symantec or whoever it is. So the antivirus products mainly work on a signature base. Uh, Now, most of the organizations are using EDR, endpoint detection and response. So this will be working based on the behavioral basis, not just known viruses. So if there is a malicious activity or application is working weird, example, even there could be some issues like false positives, okay, because I need to run some application in my business, okay, in my environment. So that is known. And the how it works, example, I need to run a PowerShell script, right? So that will be executing some child processes. So EDR might think that, okay, there is a malicious activities happening. So that's called a false positive. But the team should, we nowadays we call it as a SOC team, security operations and control. So that team will be reviewing those things, those behavior, and take exception of it, add exception of the behavior or applications so that EDR won't block or detect them again. So the one time kind of effect, they have to do it so that EDR will take care of any malicious activities or behavior which is happening in the network or a system. And coming to the network security, firewalls, as I said, so firewalls, we have been using it, firewall, but in that also there are lots of options came in, not only just putting uh, restricting ports and IP address, but the content filtering came up, and IDS, IPS also, intrusion detection and intrusion prevention system. So they work with similar. Detection is like something like it detects, but it will give you the alert, but it won't act anything. It won't stop anything. So the intrusion prevention system have the capabilities of detecting as well as preventing it. And a NAC, network access control, that is something like, okay, if you need to access some network resource, right, your system will be protected. So I will give you a security control saying that your system should be patched. Okay, you are using a Windows system, so your system should be patched with the operating system or third-party applications or whatever. And you should have like encryption enabled, like your system should be encrypted. So this, and your system should have EDR and AV installed. So these kind of things we can put it in a NAC, network access control. So if I'm trying to access it, first it will check your system whether you are meeting this certain criteria requirements. Then it will allow you to get into the application or network. And the perimeter security like a DMZ, WAF, and VPN. So as I said, like many organizations are encouraging work from home, maybe because of different situations. So DMG is one thing which is really required. Someone wants to try to access your data from the outside, like internet. So that is something which is very important. And VPN, like if you need to connect to the system, like corporate network, the VPN is one thing which will create the network, virtual private network. Then that is kind of, even for the VPN also, the NAC coming to the picture. So when you are connecting to the VPN, that means you are connecting to the corporate data, corporate network. So if your system is not protected with like maybe if you are running some third party applications which are out of date, okay, which having a vulnerability, they are not patched, then there is a scope that can get into the corporate network as well. So instead of getting into the VPN itself, we have to implement certain controls, strict controls, stringent controls, I would say. Like yes, your system must be patched, and antivirus should be installed, EDR should be installed, and the encryption should be there. So that's kind of perimeter security and host endpoint security, I would say. Identity access management, IAM and MFA, multi-factor authentication. Um, Might be we are already using MFA, like two-factor authentication, multi-factor authentication. Why we call it as a multi-factor authentication? So a few areas we might have to use more than two authentications as well. So that will give you the less chances of getting into the system, like unauthorized person getting access to the system. So these controls also should be there so that we will be well protected. Physical security, that is something like we are working from office, right? So our workspace should be secured. So no unauthorized person is coming to the office, like ID cards or swiping systems, the security surveillance. And if there are any data centers, right, server rooms, only authorized person should have the access to the system, right? And even the laptops also. So when I'm working from office, there are fixed workstations, so that should be protected always. You lock down your system, and someone is looking after your system as well. So this kind of layered security, we should be able to protect our complete network and data. So coming to the next. So core network security controls. So whatever we discussed was completely into different layers of security, and this one like a firewall. So if you have the strict firewall rules, then definitely the chances will be very less like traffic going in and out into the organizations or a system. And surveillance on the firewall rules also. Example, there is a engineer, the network engineer working or implementing the firewall rules. So may our definitely, we don't expect any employee do mistakes wantedly, right? So maybe by mistake or with a lack of knowledge or in a hurry, what could be the reason? If he is writing a rule improperly, so it's gone, right? So network will be allowed in and out. So I would say there should be a monitoring system on the like the firewall rules, the frequent one. Even there are so many tools came in nowadays, which will be checking into firewall rules or changes. Why you are doing it? Is there any change request? Is there any change management process? Someone is asking you to do it. Was there any approval? Someone give you the approval? The right person, I would say, right? If I'm working for some organization, some client, I'm making some changes to their client. So the customer point of contact could be a CISO or their respective manager or director, the authorized guy. So they should be approving the change. Then only I should be able to do it. If I am doing without the change control or without approval, then that would lead to a problem. The customer may come back to you and ask you, okay, why did you do that? If something goes wrong, then definitely the scrutiny will be happening. So the maintaining the firewall, like implementing or having a firewall is not just enough, right? We have to write the rules properly with request by following the certain protocols. Intrusion detection and prevention system, which we covered already. So this is also very important. Intrusion prevention system. There are few tools or a few vendors which will be giving both in one bucket, but a few will be having a different requirements. And network access control, which we discussed, and virtual private networks. So these are the four main ones coming to the core network security control. And advanced network countermeasures, I would say, like network segmentation. So yeah, I have a vast network. If I am using a single VLAN and I'm setting up a rule in a single zone, the possibility of getting exposed will be increased like anything. So if I'm setting into the segments or VLANs or zones, so if at all any attacker get into the network, so that will be limited to that zone only, that VLAN only. Let's say example, I have a business, let's say Microsoft. They have left different branches, right? And the departments. Even in the single building only, they will be having a different departments, right? So if there is a VLAN or servers placed in a different VLAN, even if some, in worst case, if one system is compromised, that will be limited to that VLAN, that zone only. By the time, yeah, we will be taking control measures to tackle that situation, but we will be in a safer side. The risk will be reduced if we break that network into the segments of it, VLANs and zones. And reduce lateral movement. Reduce lateral movement like a what you can say, okay, attacker entered into your network, but what we have to do, what he can do it, he has to take out the data, right? So he's sitting somewhere else and he got a control of your system, but he has to get the data out of the system. So if you have the network segmentation, like you are restricting the access to the third parties or outside of the network, and you are limiting the access to the particular VLAN only, particular zone only. So the chances will be very less that attacker got the access of the system, but he cannot take any data out of it, right? And least privilege access. So this is also very important and crucial, like Zoom meeting. Now let me take an example. So when we started this session, Like I don't have the privilege of it. I don't need it, right? So I am the presenter, so I need access to only present it. So the host has the control of it. So it is not required that everyone should have the access to play around or mute someone or share something or record something, record the session or whatever. So this is kind of a least privilege example, I would say. So give the access to the required person only and set it to the least as much as possible and according to the requirement. So that is the one of the main thing. And micro segmentation, zero trust, as I mentioned, zero trust. Don't trust or never trust anyone or anything. So that's the reason when we try to use some application or something, they come with terms and conditions. We don't read anything, but we have to click OK and go ahead, right? So zero trust, definitely we have to follow nowadays. Enforce the policies at the workload level, like the system level, the application, whatever you are using. So assess the requirement, as I say. Okay, Praveen is asking permissions. Okay, I know Praveen. Okay, that's okay. Let him granted the access. So why? What is the role of Praveen? What is going to do it? Even the managers, it's not required. Managers should have the full permissions. If there are any engineers or lead or architects, they are working. Managers can have the read-only access, right? So to see what is happening in the environment, okay, how it looks like. So they can have they can check the complaints part of it, but they don't need access to change something, right? So these are the things coming to the IAM and RBAC, we call a role-based access level. So that's where we can limit the chances of getting the system exploit. So why I'm saying this is, I'm not saying that the manager or anyone is will do something wrong. Maybe he may or may not have a technical expertise, but if his system or his account is compromised, since he has the maximum privileges, so there are chances that the virus can spread across, the threat can exploit something, right? If he has a limited access, then they can't do anything. It's a read-only access. Even his account is compromised, so the loss will be less. Block east to west movement, like grant access only, even for the data transfer also, give the access what is required. So monitoring and response hardening. So network monitoring, as I mentioned, like a firewall at the time of a firewall, right? So monitoring is one of the crucial one. Nowadays, as I mentioned, like a SOC, Security Operations Center, and we have a Network Operations Center as well. So Security Operations Center and yeah, few organizations will be mixing both teams as one, but NOC will be looking into the network level of the traffic, and SOC will be looking into the endpoint level basically, and even the mails also, like phishing. So this is nowadays it become very common thing because we all use mails, and we will be in a hurry looking into something, and even someone can impersonate, okay, Praveen Prudhuturi, okay, and I know this guy, okay, something coming from Praveen, then I can trust it, right? But there are techniques someone can impersonate, like Praveen, and is sending some malicious attachment or a malicious link. If you're clicking on it, then that would lead to the problem, right? So identifying a phishing email is also very crucial or important. So I will give you just maybe simple techniques we can follow nowadays, like when we are searching something on a mobile or working on a laptops or something. If you are unsure about any link, there are short links coming in messages or WhatsApp or anything. If you are unsure about it, there are tools outside. right? Virus total, an example, I would say, like even there is a file. If you are not sure, like, okay, whether it is a genuine or not, you can upload that file into the website. It's called a virus total. And even the link also, the URL. If you don't know that, okay, this is a malicious URL or legitimate URL, you can post it there. And there are lots of vendors who analyze that and give you the result. Okay, this is a legitimate one or this is a malicious one, so that you can take action or move forward, right? So there are lots of tools, lots of technologies out there. Make use of it and let's be safe. Okay. People lose money like from the banking or UPI transactions. Even the QR codes also, malicious QR codes are coming up. If you scan it, then done, your amount is getting debited. So there are lots of techniques the attackers are using it. So don't get into the trap, or if you don't know something, don't touch it. If you are not expecting some email from someone, don't open it. Don't click on anything, right? So the network monitoring, since we are discussing about the network defense, like network monitoring is also one of the crucial. What kind of network traffic coming into the organization, what kind of traffic it's going out of the network, right? So by looking into that sometimes it may be false positive, but that might lead to the true positive as well. So the monitoring is also very essential. Okay, I have built it, I have all the tools. Okay, I'm good, I don't want to do anything. No, it's not like that. You have to monitor it. You should have the surveillance of what is happening. You need surveillance of privileges. You might need to like change it. Okay, someone is example, let's say someone is working in a help desk, okay, who was um taking calls or giving a support or assistance to the end users, and he has the contacts of like critical systems, like critical contacts. When he's moving to other teams, maybe he don't need those privileges or access to the systems. So cut down that access if which he don't need it, and grant access which he or she need it, right? So, and also when the person is leaving the organization, make sure like you have is accesses and everything is discarded or deleted or disabled, right? So this kind of it will come into the ISO 27001. This is the standard security standard, the audit and protocols it will come into. Like so organizations have to process certain standards, and they get certified. The quality assessment is there, or security assessment is there nowadays. The everyone into the cloud related assessments are there, certifications. So example, we are buying some product, so we will be first thing we will be seeing it like whether it is certified or not. Like a food product, we are buying it, like okay, there is a food safety checks are there or not, right? Similarly, organizations or companies who is giving you the business, they will be looking into that aspect as well. Okay, this company is following this certain standards. Do they have the security standards or what are protocols? What kind of certification they hold? Okay, I'm giving them my systems or my data. Okay, whether my data will be in a safe in their hands or not. So the certifications also give you the advantage of it. Incident response. So when I say incident response, anything which is unexpected happen is called as an incident. Event is something like, okay, it happened once, that's okay. But anything is an event. But when you call it an incident, which is not expected and it is leading to some risk or loss. So there is an incident response life cycle. There are certain process stages, I would say: preparation, identification, containment, eradication, recovery, and lessons learned. So whenever there is a security breach happening, like we have to prepare for it. Okay, what happened, and identify it. What are the threat actors? What we have found it, and contain it first. Containment is one of the main thing. Like we discussed about the ransomware, right? So there was a ransomware attack, and one system was compromised. As soon as you identify it, contain it first, restrict it, make it down, put it down first. So whether it is having the critical data, whether business critical or whatever it is. So if it is a if it is an internal one, okay, you can take a decision of it. Maybe you can speak to the internal team. But if it's a customer one, speak to them and explain it and immediately cut it down so that it won't get spread to the other systems. So the containment is one of the main thing. Eradicate. So how to get rid of it? Is there any way you can get rid of that thread and virus? So then that's one of the main thing we have to look into. If there is no option, yeah, that's okay. Bring your backup, build a new system, and get your backup restored so that you will have the system up and running and the data will be available. Like that's come into the recovery and the lessons learned. So how come it happened? How come the ransomware entered into the network? So though you have all kind of security tools, maybe lack of monitoring, lack of audit, that might there could be some security gaps, maybe inside a thread or whatever it is. So what kind of lessons you learned and how you are making sure that this won't happen repeated the next time. So this is kind of a incident response life cycle we have. Hardening strategies. So I will take an example of some application. Still, there are few systems or a few organizations use legacy systems, legacy operating system. Can anyone know what is a legacy system or a legacy operating system? Any guesses? Okay, so legacy means like old. Okay, let's say now we are using a Windows 11 operating system in a Windows and a server operating system in 2025. So the Microsoft supports this operating system, right? So they do release patches whenever there are vulnerabilities. So they will be having some R&D, research and development team inside, and they will continuously check and try to break down the things. Okay, break down, get into the think like an attacker. Okay, how I can get into the system without required privileges. So they will be looking from attacker perspective and they will be releasing patches. That's where we see like our system get patched every time. So every application will be having a patches. Example, you are using a mobile phone with a Google Play Store or Apple App Store. So the application, it will ask for the update, right? When you read the descriptions, it will say like, okay, there are bugs, there are vulnerabilities. This version will be fixing those ones.
Sir, excuse me, sir, sorry to disturb. What
Yeah.
about Linux and Linux operating system? Will it, because
Yes.
I think it is, that is also having some patches.
Definitely. Linux is also like there are so many flavors, and mostly it is a freeware, right? But there is an
Yeah,
organization who maintain
open
the
source.
operating system and patches. But there is no particular time for patches for Linux. I would say like Windows is like a streamlined process, okay, and they do release patches on every second Tuesday, and zero-day patches once in a while if it is a critical vulnerability, a zero-day vulnerability, and it's um, badly getting exploited, right? So they will be releasing out of band patches. But Linux is something like there is no particular time, I would say. But yes, they do get patches released, and organizations follow that and get them patched.
I have another question, sir. I just missed that advanced persistent threat.
Mhm.
Like where it is common, in which areas you are saying about network, in what area of the network?
So advanced persistent trend, that can be anywhere. That can be like a endpoint, that can be a network or anywhere. So only thing is like advanced technologies, attacker will be using advanced technologies and persistent, like and the name says, like it will stay on the network for some time. So they
Mhm.
will learn your network. They will learn what is happening, how I can break down the system.
Okay, got
Yeah.
it. Thank you, sir. Thank you very
No
much.
problem. So there is example. There is virus. Even the ransomware attacks also they don't happen just like that. So it will be in the system, or it will be in the network, but we may
In
not.
general, every attack will be persistent for some time, right?
Yes, exactly,
So,
exactly. Yeah, that comes under advanced persistent threat. Thank you. Thanks for asking. So hardening strategies, why I'm hardening strategies example, we can create by using some applications, we can create containers kind of thing. Example, I need to run an application. So that application might not require access to the whole system, only the few areas and a few network. So like segments, like network segment we did. So for even for the applications also, if we have the I can say container kind of thing. So whatever you need to run, that will be running into the that bucket. So even if something goes wrong, also it will be limited to that container only. And hardening is like the legacy systems, coming back to my system, my point, legacy system. So there are older operating system or old applications where vendor is not supporting here. Microsoft is not supporting the older version, Windows 2000 or 2012, 2009, 17, 18, 19. They are not supporting example. So they will, for a particular time, there will be extended support if you are paying some extra money. So that's a different story. But if they, even the vendor is also not supporting, so the patches won't be released. So if there are any vulnerability, it will be exposed, right? Exposed to the threats. So attacker might take advantage of it. So in those cases, limit the access, like what you can say, with the hardening process, have the stringent security rules for that particular those kind of systems, and like a container kind of technology where the application should run within that container only. It should not go out. So with those things, we can limit the chances of exposure into the uh, attack surface.
Sir,
So
I have a question regarding this patches, sir,
mhm.
about the operating system. What about the mobile operating systems we are using, like Samsung? We have updates, regular updates on Samsung,
Yeah,
and if we don't install, the system will be like frozen for some time,
yeah.
and it doesn't work properly. So, you're talking about the same patches which we are having in Windows and all. Like
Definitely,
we have
definitely.
updates here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
any device, even the mobile device or workstations. Yeah, since we are using mobiles, right? So every organization, example, Samsung, right? So if they need to release the patches, they will be testing it on their side. So different versions, Android 5, 6, 7, whatever. So they will be testing it internally first, where they will be having quality systems or development system and the production. So the production is something, it will come to the end users. So the development and quality is something which they use it. So first they have to.
What I mean to say, like you're having legacy systems, you're making hardening strategies on that, you're saying.
Mhm,
Like
mhm.
I think very normally, quite frequently, we receive the updates on Samsung operating systems. So,
Yeah.
what is the, how many updates we have to, I mean, when can we say that our system is, we have to replace our mobile phone, let us say. Is it required
Yeah.
in 2 years or 3 years like that?
Exactly. My recommendation is, yeah, try to use the mobile from the manufacturer who give you the operating system update. Example, you are using iPhone, the iOS update should be there. If you are Android update should be there, because that is a base operating system, right? Main one.
Yeah.
Otherwise, a few vendors will be giving you the um, only security updates, not operating system, but at least the security updates.
Yeah, because with
So
the
that is.
perspective of battery, like I have a iPhone 13. So I was I wanted to exchange the shop fellow. I mean the person there in the mall. He told that no, you have 85% of usage. You will be offered very less. I mean the replacing price is very less they are offering.
Yeah, yeah.
So they are based on the battery they are providing. So what is the, I mean, updates I'm talking about? not on updates. They are just checking the battery level and applying. That means Apple performs well. My assumption is that if I have now 3 years now, it is so like that. Samsung also, we can retain a mobile for 2 years, you mean, and then we can have a new mobile. So
Exactly.
that is going to be
Exactly.
how.
So yeah, you can use it for camera or whatever it is, but don't use it for sensitive information for mails or internet
Okay, huh.
banking related and those ones. If you can play it for just using for games or whatever, just like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
yeah, maybe
I
kids
got
can
it.
use it or
Thanks.
something, but don't use it for sensitive information, storing some sensitive information.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So the best practices like so this is covering almost all the slides, whatever we're discussing so far. So verify explicitly, as I mentioned, authenticate and authorize every request. Okay, if someone is asking, don't give it access just like that, or check it out why he is asking for the access, whether that was approved, where there is a proper reason of it, right? Use MFA, multi-factor authentication, even for the Gmail also nowadays. Earlier, like a few people who know multi-factor authentication, they were enforcing, they are making use of it. But now even the Google and other ones also, like other vendors is also pushing you, like, okay, please use MFA, multi-factor authentication, whether that is OTP or we have MFA applications as well. So you can link it to it. So that will be a one-time password that will be refreshed every time. So at least we will be safe in a certain point of time. Device health checks, always check your device whether it is healthy or it's protected with the patches. And identity verification, like a geolocation. Like I will give you a real-time scenario, like um, okay, Praveen is sitting in Hyderabad and working. Okay, the organization can see, like we will be having tools, right? Okay, from where the user is getting connected. All of a sudden, Praveen Proturi logged in from China. Okay, so that will be like we have to give a pause and understand. Okay, Praveen is working from home. That's fine. He was into Hyderabad, but how come the he logged in from China? So that's one thing. The geolocation I'm talking about. So that's one thing we have to check it out. Why the login is showing as China? Why not Hyderabad? So maybe I'm connecting to my organization, the US. So if it is US, I'm getting a US IP address, that's a different story, but I should not get a China IP address, right? So those kind of monitoring should be there. Uh, Maybe someone, and the person should not ping me on or Teams, we use it like, so he should not use that media. He should, someone should try to call me on mobile or try different ways to confirm whether, okay, Praveen Brothaturi, you are in Hyderabad or China, right? So if I say I'm in Hyderabad, some login from China is like that was not expected. You have to cut on the access to that one. And use list privileges. That's what, as I mentioned, use privileges as much as low. Give the admin access when it is really required, and assume a breach. Like how we have to build a network is like think like an attacker. Okay, whether I can get inside. Okay, when example, someone is constructing the house. Okay, how many doors we have, how to protect it, right? So similarly, like what kind of network I am building, how perfect it should be, how can I protect them, whether I should use a firewall, IDS, IPS, or what kind of monitoring I'm keeping it from the network level. So think like an attacker. um, and then VPN when you're creating a VLANs, when you're creating access control. In firewall, we call it as a rules, firewall rules. We have access control as well. So minimize it, give the least privilege access, and minimize the movement using microsegmentation, as we discussed. And monitoring is very essential. So we have AI, artificial intelligence, and machine learning, the things that's fine. But in a security world, without monitoring, someone should be there to monitor. Yes, there are tools which will give you saying that okay, it will give you the alert saying that okay, I found something different which is not expected, but someone should be there to analyze it, right? So that we call like a SOC and a NOC, operating network um, operating control. So yeah, these are the things. And identity, device security, network security, applications, data protection, monitoring analytics, monitoring SIM and SOAR. SIM is something security information event management. So many organizations are using that tool nowadays. Okay, so it will be having log sources from different places. So that will be having log sources from antivirus console, antivirus, and EDR, and firewall, um, the application related, everything. You can see everything in one place so that the team will be monitoring that SIM platform and see if there is any not expected traffic, suspicious traffic is going or it's noticed. Okay, there is a firewall. Okay, there was a request came in which was blocked. Why it was blocked? It's knowingly or unknowingly, or someone is trying to access it, which is blocking access. Then why? Is it really required? Then we have to work on it and open that port or access it. If he don't know that okay, that request came went from his login, then that is something suspicious. We have to monitor and understand what went wrong, right? So behavioral analysis and continuous verification. Behavioral analysis, as I mentioned, like there are tools, EDR tools, which will be basically looking into the how the application is working, whether it is not just a signature base malicious activity is going on, or if you are executing something, whether that is related to the legitimate application or the malicious script is getting executed. Yeah, these are the best practices. If we follow that, definitely we can stay protected and secure our data. So that's all I have. Any questions from the topic or in general? So I'll be happy to assist if I know them.
From my side, thank you very much, sir. Thank you for answering all my questions and
Thank
giving.
you.
It was very informative.
Yeah,
And inshallah, I mean, next time when we are facing some issues, it will surely help us about
definitely.
network security and all.
Definitely. I thought of
Thank
having
you very
some
much.
videos and some animation kind of thing which will be very user friendly. But definitely next
Yeah.
time I will try to connect it and make
Otherwise,
solution.
you can share some of the links, sir. We will be really
Definitely.
interested in that, huh? Because this
Exactly.
is a very sensitive topic. I mean, network
Yeah.
security is going to be useful for everyone.
Yep. Yep.
Mhm.
So not just an organization perspective, even the personal one, right? Personal day-to-day life
Yeah,
also very, very, very important.
exactly.
So my kid is taking my phone out and he's doing he's browsing something. I don't know. I should have some parenting control. We have it, right? So
Yeah,
give the space. We have something called creating a secondary space in a mobile also. So if
yeah,
he's interested to play games, so create that space and give access to that one only, not to your mobiles, not to your applications or
yeah. That
UPI
is
or
a
net
good
banking.
idea. Right.
So
Mhm.
yeah, and
That part, later, like how we can implement it, it is very thoughtful because I always my kids share for the accessing the remote of the TV. I just download the remote on mine because they should
mobile.
not have direct access of television and all.
Yeah, yeah,
So that needs that to make all the applications inaccessible to them, and then only that part is accessible.
exactly,
And that's a
exactly.
good part of security thing we can
So
implement.
that's where we were talking about the hardening, right? So
Exactly right.
limit it. Yeah, we can
Yeah.
in a security world we can correlate lots of things in our day-to-day life for sure.
Yes. So thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
My pleasure. Thank you. Yes, Salim sir, that's all I have for today.
Thank you, Praveenji. It indeed is a pleasure when an alumni comes back, right? Thank you so very much for actually agreeing and being present there. And it's really a proud moment for me to see you speaking such a way, actually. So thank you so very much, Praveenji.
Thank
And
you.
it touched on a lot of aspects and very quite convincing and relatable content.
Yeah.
I think you had a true justification to the given topic. Thank you so much.
Thank you
Of
so
course,
much.
there's always a room for improvement, and
Yeah,
you thought for yourself as what you would do next time. So really
definitely.
happy. Wishing you all the success ahead. Thank you so
Thank you.
much on behalf of the organizing team and from on behalf of all the participants.
Thank
This
you.
was Connect. I wish to have a in-person interaction with the students at the institute as well.
Definitely. I will definitely plan for that, sir. Definitely. Happy to contribute myself to the college. Definitely. Okay, I feel like a pressure. Like okay, I was not a bright student there. Okay, I used to struggle a lot. Okay, I came from a Telugu medium background. Okay, I struggled a lot, but yeah,
No,
definitely.
sir.
I
Just
would say
let me tell you one thing. It's really. I wanted to appreciate on this matter that you made the concept very easy. Normally, this topic is very difficult
yeah,
because
yeah,
my topic is computer networks. Keep teaching the students. They hardly follow. So
yeah,
I was about to tell just after Salim sir that you made the course very easy here when you were discussing. Of course, hands-on was not there. Maybe we find
yeah.
difficulty in hands-on, but the way you have spoken, the way you have cleared,
Yeah, it will be
that
easy,
part.
ma'am. So that's what I was speaking to Salim sir. So I will try to connect to the real-time examples so that it will be easy to get the subject, right? So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
Sure, sure.
You.
Thank you,
And
sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
we are all working as per our own clock. So wherever we are in the right place, and
Yeah.
we are happy for what we are. Correct?
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Sure,
Yes. On
definitely.
that note, thank you so very much.
Thank
Uh,
you, sir.
yes. And I'm so sorry I had to steal some minutes of yours.
No,
Uh,
I understand. No problem.
Thank you so much. Have a great time.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Dear participants, I think we'll be breaking for 2 minutes for a tea break. 5:10 is when I think we'll be having Ruhul Amin sir for the next session. So please be in time and remember that the quiz time is fixed. It is only available on the ATAL portal, and we as organizers are only supposed to upload the questions. The rest will be taken care by the ATAL portal. So please follow the timelines accordingly and ensure that you complete the test within the stipulated time. Thank you so very much to all the participants for their active engagement. Thank you. A very good evening and welcome to Ruhul Amin sir. Sir, are you there?
Yes. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Thank you. Thank you, Salim.
You're welcome, sir. Sir, do you wish to once try sharing the screen by the time the other participants join?
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
It's visible now?
Yes, sir. It's very well.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you so much. Ufera ma'am, are you in the meeting?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Could you please introduce Ruhul Amin sir?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening,
It is
ma'am.
my honor to introduce our expert for this session on the topic Research Trends in Cybersecurity and Cyber Forensics. We are privileged to welcome Dr. Ruhul Amin, Assistant Professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering at IIIT Naya Raipur. Dr. Amin earned his PhD in Computer Science and Engineering from IIT Dhanbad. Prior to joining IIIT Naya Raipur, he was an assistant professor at NIT Jamshedpur, which adds to his broad academic and research. His research interests are deeply aligned with today's topic covering cryptography, network security, authentication protocol, IoT security, WSN security, blockchain, firewall security, and more. He has contributed a substantial number of research papers to internationally reputed conferences and journals, and is also serving as an associate editor of noted journals in the domain of security and privacy. Given his strong academic credentials, deep research engagement, and expertise in cybersecurity and forensics, we are confident that his talk will provide valuable insights into this session. Sir, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Okay. So thank you so much, ma'am. I hope I'm clearly audible.
Yes, sir. You're very much clear.
Okay. Okay.
Sir, would you switch the presentation to the presentation mode?
Yes. Just wait 1 minute.
Yes, sure, sir. I'm sorry.
I think now it's fine, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Right. This is creating a problem. Okay. So thank you, organizer, first of all, that for inviting me and for giving me the opportunity for delivering a lecture on cybersecurity. So this is the topic what I have chosen, applied cryptanalysis technique and strategic framework for robust security protocol design. Okay. So basically, in this discussion, I'll be discuss basically one security threats, that is the cryptanalysis part, how to do the cryptanalysis, because already I hope you will understand one thing, that it's very much important, because if you want to break a security system, so cryptanalysis techniques are most important, right? So before designing or before if you want to design a security protocols, so we have to understand that what are the cryptanalysis techniques are there, right? So that part I'll be discussing. So if you want to understand that cryptanalysis part, some symmetric key attack model will be there. Okay, I'll be also discussing some man in the middle attack. Okay, and considering that man in the middle attack, how it can be man in the middle attack is there in DH protocol, that is well-known protocol, Defi-Hellman key exchange protocol, and if is in that protocol also, if man in the middle attacks is there, then what should be the solution of this man in the middle attack? Then another part I have considered, that is in cyber security, if we consider that password is having a very much important security attacks in the cyber security domain. So I'll be also discussing this part, that how the password is can be used, and what are the roles of password in cybersecurity, and if you are using that password, then what kind of security attacks can be considered, and what should be its protection mechanism also, right? So these are the things next 1.5 hour that our discussions will be, right? So let's start with the introductions part, that is cybersecurity. Already I hope it is known to everyone that it's a kind of protection mechanism, that cybersecurity is the protections of interconnected system, right? So if the systems are connected with the internet, then only we need some protection mechanism. If if the systems are connected, not connected, standalone system we are using, then no need of internet, and that system will not be connected also. And if the systems are not connected, then there is no risk of cyber attacks or cyber kind of frauds, everything. But whenever our system or our mobiles are connected with the internet, then we'll be in dangerous situations if we are not following some security rules or security protocols, right? So that not only will apply in the software, that cybersecurity can be also applied for hardware, software, and programs also. So the important point is that we have to protect our programs as well as our data, what we are storing in our system, from the attackers, right? So if you want to use that internet, definitely that is a we have to use the internet because of several facilities or several accessing the servers or some other many other purpose. So as we are using it, so we have to use protocols, right? And that protocols will provide some kind of mechanism so that it will protect the security attacks. So if you can see that some important security threats happen, like over 1,000 US school hits by ransomware attack in 2019. So some events are mentioned over here. So from that we can understand that the importance of cybersecurity and the protection needs for the that different kind of security attacks, right? So miscellaneous errors in the top cybersecurity concerns: education data breach cost standoff, this USD this million, right? Some phishing attack, again it's a ransomware attack. So not only few attacks, so different kind of social engineering approach. So different kind of cyber attacks might be there in a particular system if there are some loopholes in the designing, right? So these are the importance, if you that protection of data. So definitely that will be one of the important objective for the security, that we have to protection of the data. For that, different kind of mechanisms are still available, and we are using it also, right? Protection against cyber attacks, different kind of cyber attacks are also there. For example, if you consider a particular scenario or particular system, so for that particular system, what are the security attacks might be possible, that priorly that we have to consider, and for that we have to protect it. For example, if you consider here one IoT network scenario, let's consider it. So in this IoT network scenario, for securing sending the data from one IoT devices to another IoT devices, might be we will use some encryption decryption, okay? So if you want to do encryption decryption, definitely we have to use a symmetric key concept, right? So, and in that sense, in that cases we cannot use the asymmetric key concept. We can use, but it's a complexity point of view, it is high. So as we are using symmetric key concept, it means that we have to use a common key, right? So as we are using a common key, then we need a key exchange protocol, right? So whenever we will do a key exchange protocol, we have to store some parameters, some security parameters in the sensor node or IT devices, right? So now, for example, if one of the IoT devices has been stolen, or somehow that attacker get it. So by using some technique, that security information can be retrieved from that IoT devices by doing some power monitoring or some other technique, right? So here you see that once the attacker will get that security parameters from that hardware of IoT devices, then might be some other IoT devices are also in danger, right? So here we have to design, or we have to store the information or that security parameters in such a way so that if that the device has been stolen, then also that attacker should not get the confidential informations or that security parameter, right? So such kind of thing we should consider whenever we will design some protocols, or we are going to protect a particular system. So this is also that importance, like a protection against increasing digitalization, right? So nowadays for everything almost like digitalizations are there in our country, in many other countries also. So as a digitalization is increasing, so definitely cyber attacks will be also increased. Several scams also we can see nowadays that attackers or they are creating, right? So we have to be take care from all these things, and some protection kind of mechanism we have to use. Ensuring business continuity, so definitely for different kind of modern necessities, power grids, water facilities, social media for different that government and non-government websites. So they are making it very simple, and because of that thing, some in some websites they are using some, they are not using some high level protection security attacks mechanisms. So that's why there is some data breach. Okay, there is some kind of security attacks, some kind of ransomware attacks, right? So this might happen. So we have to be take care for whenever we are using. So we have to be take care for all these things. This is also very much important whenever we are going to design some kind of security solution, that privacy protection, right? So privacy should be also protected. Then already you know that for everything whenever we are going to design, so these three things are the main pillar, like a CIA, right? That confidentiality, integrity, and availability. So these three things should be there whenever we will deal, or whenever we will think about the cyber security. So this CIA model, integrity, availability, and confidentiality. So these things we should consider. That means we should provide the confidentiality, right, by considering some encryption decryption mechanism or some other technique also. Whatever the data we are considering, that data must be should provide the integrity whenever it is transmitting from one devices to another devices, right? Availability should be also there. Whatever the things we are accessing from the server, that should be also available. So from attack point of view, you see that we should think, and we should keep in our mind that these are the important thing, like use security password, right? So why this cyber security attacks are happening, first we have to understand. Definitely some loopholes are there, so that's why such kind of security attacks are there, right? So one of the important thing is the password that I'll be discussing later. Okay, so for the protections also, you're telling that protect your device, use cloud storage. Definitely it should be secured, right? And be careful with the links. Sometimes we used to have a link from some unknown person, so that they will try to retrieve some information from us, so that they can access some of our important things. Okay, so that they will be using some important links for that. Definitely for a particular network, we should use that firewall to protect some incoming outgoing packets. So that before entering into that network, we should check it, right? So these are the important things we should keep our in our mind. Now let's come to that cryptanalysis part. Okay. So what is the meaning of cryptanalysis? That crypto analysis, right? So we have to do and we have to use some kind of technique, and based on that technique we can check whether a security system or whether that a particular security protocol is secure or not, right? So cryptanalysis is the art of trying to decrypt the encrypted messaging without the use of key that was used to encrypt the messages. Cryptanalysis uses mathematical analysis and some algorithm to decipher the ciphertext. Already these are things already you know that from the encryption part we used to get a ciphertext, and from the ciphertext getting original message is very difficult, and for that we need definitely a key. So that key is always secret, and finding that key is very difficult. If someone is getting that key, it's very much easy by utilizing some algorithm, right? So whenever we will do the cryptanalysis, these are the three important things we have to use, that is amount of time available, right? For example, you got some idea to break a security system, right? So for that, how much time you have, that is also important thing. Like for everything there is a some limit. Now, for example, you are using, or we are also using some card, standard ATM card or some credit card, debit card. So for that also there is a time. So you, for example, you got some card, and from that whatever the security protocols they are maintaining, if you want to break it, for example, you are breaking it after 15 years, which is not, which will not be valid, which will not be useful for an attacker. So whenever you will so that attacker will do such kind of cryptanalysis, they should keep, or they should try that the how much time that available for them, right? Then computing power, definitely that computing power is also important, because they have to break some security that hardness problem, right? For example, maybe that they will try to break that inverse of hash functions, which is practically that impossible. And for example, that RSA crypto system, if they are going to factorization issue, right? Then discrete logarithm problem. So if they are trying to break all these things, and as well as if they are trying to do the different kind of possibilities to find the key, for example, dictionary attack they are going to do. Okay, they are trying to find, or brute force attack, they are trying to find all possible keys. So it's need some good computing power, right? So if it is there, then it will be help, and they can do different kind of statistical analysis, as well as some algorithms they can use, some mathematical analysis also they can do. At the same time, storage capacity is also important, because whenever you are doing that, for example, whenever we are transmitting a message from one device to another device, it is not that only one messages we are sending, right? Maybe that attacker or adversaries are there, they are storing multiple messages, right? Just to do some statistical analysis, and trying to find some sensitive information. And I hope so you people have seen also that basically for a particular security system or a security algorithms and protocol, if one of the parameter is getting leaked, or somehow that attacker is finding, it will be very easy to find some other parameter, right? So that attacker or adversary will try to do that things, that they will store several messages, several public messages. So from that they will try to find some important security security secret information, right? So these are the things that they will use. This Karpov principle also, that it will give some idea about that attacker. Like it is telling that the security of a cipher should rely on a secrecy of the key, right? So for every system or every if we consider a particular system, whenever we will send a message from one device to another device, we need some thing like a encryption algorithm, decryption algorithm, messages, keys, right? So all these things we need, and then only we can send from one device to another device. So from here, if you see that encryption algorithm is public, right? Decryption algorithm is also public. Messages, that is a secret, okay? Key is also a secret, and we are providing a confidentiality on the message. Sometimes we need to provide the confidentiality on public messages also. So whenever we are sending some message from one device to another device, so only one important thing, that is a key, whenever we are doing some encryption and decryption. So that's why it's telling on important point that attacker knows every details of the cryptographic algorithm except the key. For example, RSA algorithm is there. That RSA algorithm is very well known to attacker. They knows every all the steps. Or for example, we are using some asymmetric key like AES 256 or AES 128. They knows every steps, right? So what I want to tell you, that Karpov principle is telling that the attacker knows only the key values, right? That attacker doesn't know that key values. Rest of the things that attacker knows, right? So I hope from here, one thing is that out of 5 things, that only one thing doesn't know, that the attacker, right? So that's why they will do different kind of statistical analysis also to break the security system. But why it's they have considered that only key should be unknown to the attacker. Rest of the thing we should that attacker should know. So for that, some reasons are there, like easy to maintain the secrecy of short key than maintain the secrecy of algorithm. For example, that RSA algorithm is there, or you can consider that AES algorithm, right? So that AES, we cannot design the next what is that another AES algorithm, right? So whatever that AES algorithm is secret that is providing that security now. So designing same kind of another protocol is difficult, right? So that's why we can change the key. Okay, we can find a new key, or we can derive a new key, so that maintenance, that we can easily maintain the secrecy of the key, right? So that whatever the key is there, that we can provide the secrecy of the key. But providing secrecy of that algorithm is very difficult, right? So if you are trying to hide the algorithm, okay, that is very difficult, because some insider problem will be there. Okay, maybe some who has designed that algorithm, he will leak that algorithm to the attacker. That might be also possible. So details of algorithm can be leaked by insider or maybe by reverse engineering approach, right? Easy to change a compromised key than replace the algorithm. So that replacing algorithm is very much difficult. So that's why compromising key that we can easily manage. That means if the key is compromised, then we can change it, or we can find a new key. But updating or that replacing that algorithms, that is a very difficult. So that's why it is given a challenge to the attacker, that all the things, algorithms, encryption, decryption, everything is public except the key. So that is basically called that Karpov principle. So here, okay. So these are the symmetric key attack model. So just we are giving some idea, because you will understand that how the attacker will behave, or what kind of power that attacker is having, right? For example, from the symmetric key attack model, you see that ciphertext only attack or attack model is there. So in ciphertext attack model, the attacker knows only certain ciphertext, right? So what is the target? To find the messages and or to find the keys. Okay, so here finding the messages and finding the key is very difficult by the attacker, because the attacker knows only ciphertext, right? Attacker knows encryption algorithm, decryption algorithm, ciphertext. Okay, he doesn't know plain text, which is called the message, and keys also. So attacker will try to find the messages and key, but it will be very difficult for him, because he has to find the message and key from the ciphertext only, and already we know that from the ciphertext, which is very difficult to read, right? So this is a ciphertext only attack. Then we are giving another opportunity to the attacker, that a known plain text attack. Okay, attacker knows that plain text as well as ciphertext. These two things we are giving. That attacker knows plain text as well as ciphertext. So from this plain text and ciphertext, attacker will try to find the keys, right? That means that symmetric key, you are using that same key at the receiver end and the sender side. So that attacker will try to find that keys, but that finding keys will be very much difficult. So they will try, that attacker will try, and attacker will try to do some different kind of possibility. What I told you, that brute force attack. For example, plain text is there. So on this plain text, some brute force attack, for example, that the key size is 128-bit, right? The attacker will try to find the randomly, for example, so possibility will be 2 to the power 128 possibility. So finding that key will be difficult, and probability will be very less, right? Sometimes might be it will hit, but that probability will be very less, right? So this is known plain text attack and ciphertext only attack. Here also chosen plain text attack, and it receive, attacker will choose some message, and from that message it will give that input to the encryption oracle, right? So from that it will get a ciphertext, but again that target will be find to the key. That attacker will try to find the key value, right? So from the plain text and ciphertext. Okay, in similar way, that chosen ciphertext attack, right? So ciphertext is there. So from the ciphertext, it will use the decryption oracle, right? So again, the target is to find the key. So from this attack model, one thing we're understanding, that attacker is trying to find some secret information, that is basically the key, right? That shared key or secret key, right? So that secret key is being used for the encryption and decryption purpose based on the some available information. Available information is in some attack model. Sometimes he is having that messages as well as ciphertext, right? And it's trying to find that keys. That time he is using some encryption oracle. Encryption oracle is nothing but a encryption, what is that, algorithm, right? And decryption oracle also, that means decryption algorithm is implemented over there. So from that it is trying to find the key. So these are the scenario that attacker will try, or attacker will use some standard technique to find the keys. But in all possible cases, that the probability will be very less. If some security threats, we can see that there are several security threats. If you are categorizing, like we'll get a passive threats as well as active threats. So passive threats is very much difficult to detect, because it will monitor the channel and obtains to transmitted information. Okay, but in case of active threats, that the attacker will try to change the original message. Okay, different kind of attacks are there. Okay, man in the middle, or these all are the very common attack in any what is that communication you can consider, where there are two entities or two parties. For example, one IoT devices wants to send the data to the another IoT devices. So there this kind of attacks should be possible, like man in the middle attacks should be possible. Okay, replay attack, or you can consider a Another scenario like IoT devices are there, that IoT devices wants to send the data to the server, right? So there also there is a possibility of man in the middle attack, right? Or replay attack also possible. DOS attack or DDoS attack is also possible. Impersonation attack is also possible. Okay, so if that some users are logging into that system to access that IoT devices data, okay, and they are using some factor authentication, so password will be used, so password guessing attack should be possible. Brute force attack, it will be possible for everywhere, like they will try to find some different kind of possible keys. Okay, some insider attack will be there, some phishing attack will be there. So different kind of attacks, not only measure some few attacks, some important attacks will be there, but in all attacks, that is basically that important part, that everywhere that attacker will try to find some security secret information by applying some standard or some technique. So we'll see that how they are applying a technique. So if you see that power up adversary in some particular scenario where client server communication, for example, right, or what I told you that IoT devices are there, that IoT devices is sending data to the cloud server, you consider that cloud server communication is there with the IoT node. So in this situation, then what should be the adversary capabilities, or what should be the power? So the adversary can launch active as well as passive attack in the network in order to get to know about the public parameters, right? So if they want to know that public parameters, so definitely that they will launch some active as well as passive attacks. Message exchange between two parties over a public channel can be whatever the message that's sending between Alice and Bob, or you can consider client and server, that message, that capabilities are there, that if they want to drop or packet drops, or if they want to drop some parameters, they can drop, they can alter, they can intercept. Okay, they can some modification also between the Alice and Bob, or client or server. Okay, but the third point, it's telling that whenever they are taking or retrieving some parameter, for example, here for your understanding, it is mentioned that IDI, VI, and TS1, right? So here some identity is there, or VI is there. So here you can see that the value of VI equals to something, each of something, that means has value of something is there. So it is telling that attacker can try to guess some parameter, right? If that parameter is for example fixed size, for example you consider 128-bit, okay, so guessing parameter at a time might be, it will be bit easy in comparison with if the attacker is trying to guess two parameters at a time. That will be very much difficult, right? So that's why it's telling that one parameter at a time can be guessed in polynomial time, but guessing both parameters at the same time, it's not possible. Okay, but for example, password guessing, right? So that is a very simple process, like a dictionary word they can use, or some kind of technique that they can use. They can get some string from internet resources as well as sometime combination, right? So they will try with the help of some that hash function computation, they will try to guess it. Okay, so an adversary can retrieve data stored on IoT devices, that for example some IoT devices are there, that from that IoT devices, that attacker or adversary can get some information by utilizing some power analysis attacks technique, right? So whatever the security parameter are stored in the hardware of IoT devices, that can be retrieved by the power analysis attack. Okay, and whenever we will design that, we have to consider that they knows each and every steps, whatever the algorithm. For example, we may think that for a client server communication, or we have designed a IoT network. So for that IoT network, simply we will consider a protocol, and that protocol will make it private. Okay. So up to certain extent, okay, it will be a private, but for a longer period of time, that maintaining that algorithm privacy, okay, that will be very difficult. So whenever we will design or we will consider, we have to keep in our mind that whatever that cryptographic equation or cryptographic algorithms we are using, all that steps are known to the attacker. So these are the some power of adversary we have considered. Now let's take here the man in the middle attack concept, where users will try to make a new connection. For example, here, very simple thing, client and server communication is there. So for client and server communication, what are the important things are required? For example, for this connection? Okay, so they will do a TCP IP connection, right? So they will have a key exchange protocol, right? So they will get a common key. User will have a key, and the same key will be there in the server side also. Now they will encrypt and decrypt. They will perform the encryption and decryptions with the help of that same key, right? And that is basically that original connection. But what is that person that he will try to do the new connection, right? What he will do, whatever the messages are transmitted between the user and a server, all that messages, that attacker will retrieve all that information, all that messages. So from that messages, that person will try to make a connection with the user as well as that server, and that user and server will be unaware of these things, right? So that concept is basically called man in the middle attack. So here what he will try to do, he will try to calculate the key between the user and the server, right? So for that, if there is a loophole in the security protocol, that's why I'll show in the defilement key exchange protocol that what are the loopholes are there. And in that loopholes, how the attacker will calculate the value, calculate the keys between the user and that server. So here, this person, like this attacker, he will try to calculate the value that the keys between a user and the server. So we'll see that through a mathematical expression in this defilement key exchange protocol. I hope it is well known to everyone, like it's a very popular protocol. You know that this key exchange protocol is very much important for whenever we will send encrypted data to another device. Before sending the data, we need a key exchange protocol, and in that key exchange protocol, we will use some technique so that the parties involved will have a common key, right? For example, here we have considered a two-party, Alice and Bob. So they will have a common key, and for that they will do some kind of calculation. That we'll see that how they are doing a calculation. Okay, but their objective will be to generate a keys between the two parties like Alice and Bob. So let's see that how they are calculating. And from this algorithm also, from this protocol also, we will see that how man in the middle attack is possible. That means from this protocol, that adversary or attacker, they have tried to do some kind of calculation, and based on that calculation, they have proved that this protocol is not secured against the man in the middle attack. So let's see these two things. Let's first description of algorithm. That means what are the operations are involved in this algorithm, and based on that operation, how the attacker will execute man in the middle attack, these things. So In this algorithm, firstly, that Alice and Bob, they are considering two large prime numbers, okay, N and G. And they are telling that these two prime numbers are public. Let's consider these two prime numbers N and G are public. And Alice, they are also considering that they are using an insecure channel. That means they are communicating through an internet communication, right? So Alice is computing some value. It's considering, you see that large random number. Okay. So here it's a value it is considering, then it is considering a equals to g to the power x mod n. So I should remind you one thing, that a equals to g to the power x mod n. Here g is a public parameter as well as n is a public parameter. You see that a is also a public parameter, right? So, and x is what? X is a random number. So finding that random number at x, large values, is very difficult due to the hardness problem of the discrete logarithm. One discrete logarithm problem is there, which is very hard to solve it. So that's why finding x will be very difficult. So what Alice is doing over here, simply that it's considering the value x, it's computing a parameter a, due to the power x mod n, and sending the value a to Bob. And in similar way, Bob is also doing that. Protocol is very simple. That for large random number y, and it's computing b equals to g to the power y and sending the value b to Alice, right? So in this way, you see that Alice is sending the value a to Bob. Bob is also sending the value b to b to Alice, right? Now, Alice is computing the value b to the power x mod n, and Bob is computing the value a to the power y mod n, right? So now if you see and if you do some mathematical calculation, you will get k1 equals to g to the power xy mod n, right? Because the value of b is g to the power y. So g to the power y to the power x mod n. So k1, finally it becomes that g to the power xy mod n, and k2 equals to a to the power y. It means g to the power xy mod n. So now you can see that both Alice and Bob are having a common key. So we can conclude that k1 equals to k2, right? So as k1 equals to k2, so Alice and Bob's both are having a common key. So as both are having a common key, now they can use this key for the encryption and decryption purpose, right? So now if you can see here that how if can calculate. So Alice and Bob, that how man in the middle attack based on the protocol description. So whenever someone will do that or apply some cryptanalysis technique, they have to consider their main algorithm, and whenever it is considering all the steps that should be same only, like, so considering that things, consider here Eve is a attacker. So this person is a attacker. What he is doing intelligently, you see that the same algorithm, like Alice is computing the value of a and it is sending to Bob. So whenever it is sending to Bob, what Eve is performing, Eve is retrieving it and it's computing the value c equals to g to the power p mod n. Now we have to see whether Eve can compute the value of g to the power p mod n or not. Okay, so that's why from in the protocol description, you can see that G and N are public, right? That means Eve can retrieve it. So as Eve can retrieve it, and P is what? P is a large random number, okay? That Alice is choosing for X, Eve can also choose it. So random number, it can be easily chosen, right? So that's why Eve is computing C equals to G to the power P mod n. So after calculating it, now the value of C is sending to Bob and keep the value of A. So A, whatever the value of A is there, now A is keeping with him only and sending the value C to Bob. Okay. In similar way, whenever Bob is calculating the value B, Now B is also sending to Alice. Now Eve, what is doing? Similar operations it's performing. B is retrieving B and computing D equals to G to the power Q model, right? And the value of D is sending to Alice. Now Alice should get the value of B, but it's getting the value of D, right? That Bob should receive the value of A, but it's receiving the value that is C. Okay. Now what's happening finally? Now as it is receiving D, like the previous description, K1 equals to D to the power X model. Eve is calculating K11, that is A to the power Q model, K22 B to the power P model, right? A and B, which was originally sent by Alice and Bob respectively. Bob is calculating C to the power Y model, right? Now you see and check the value. D, the value that is G to the power XQ model, and A is G to the power XQ model. So K1 equals to K11, right? And K2 equals to K22 equals to K2. In this scenario, now you see, now Eve is having a full control over that network, right? Alice and Bob, if they are sending some information or encrypted informations to each other, so it will be calculated by Eve, because you see that K1 is encrypted. Whenever that Alice will send a message, it will encrypt the value with encrypt the message with key K1, and it will send to Bob. That value will be retrieved by Eve. Whenever it is retrieving it, it will be decrypted by K11. Okay. And Eve can take a new message, right? That will be encrypted by K22. Okay. And Bob will decrypt it, and Bob will get the message. But Bob will not get the original message. Bob will get the message which was generated by the Eve. So in between, one person came into that network and take the full control. So in this way, that man in the middle attack can be possible in Diffie-Hellman key exchange protocol. Okay. Now you see what is the solution here. So the solution is, as there is no authentication technique between Alice and Bob before exchanging the key, that's why this problem is happening. So we have to use a technique that is called a authentication between Alice and Bob, so that man in the middle attack will not be possible in this Diffie-Hellman key exchange. So let's just minor modification, that pre-shared secret key concept is we can use in Diffie-Hellman key exchange, that we are considering that priorly they knows the value of SK, right? So that is basically one parameter that is called the pre-shared secret key, right? So in this way, if we are doing, then man in the middle attack will not be possible, because before sending that value, okay, that two-way communication will be there. Okay, so in this two-way communication, Alice will authenticate Bob, and Bob will also authenticate Alice. So let's see just one, I'll be telling you that how Bob is authenticating. So here it is computing the value Z equals to something, and it is sending Z equals to A to Bob. All right. So whenever it is getting, so first it is calculating Z star equals to H of this value, because this SK and this SK is same, which is priorly shared between this Alice and Bob, and it is checking the condition, and this SK value is unknown to the attacker. Okay, again, if somehow this SK value is calculating by the attacker, then it will be very easy to execute man in the middle attack in this system also, right? So this is only the key. which we have to kept secret, right? So in similar way, here also you see that calculating V over here SK with using SK. Here also that Alice is checking the value SK, right? So in this way that they are authenticating each other, then they are calculating the value K1 and K2, right? So this is the solution where we can use that pre-shared secret key concept to protect the man in the middle attack and development key exchange protocol, right? Now let's come to the next part, that is a password, which is a most important in cyber security, because which is very easy for the implementation point of view, because if you see that in most of the cases, in most of the client server communication, we used to have a password as a authentication factor, and as that password is a very sensitive information. Okay, so many cyber attacks are there because of this password, because as a user we should use this password in a some techniques or some rules or guidelines we should follow for all this password. So let's see that what kind of threats to the password security, right? So voluntarily disclosure of informations or inadequate guarding of system password. So this is the disclosure point. Inference is telling that known pattern to creation of password. Okay, sometimes that they can create, okay, some use of generated password with some predictable algorithm. Nowadays such kind of algorithms are also developed, that they are generating the password to check it and trying to find it. Okay, now that accidental release of password might be also possible sometimes, that we are releasing, or somehow that password is released. Okay, loss, that forgetting to remember, this is also one important issues, that we are sometimes forget password, right? Can lead to create of, and because of these things we used to have a easy password which should be easy for remembering. Okay, so these are the some important point related to password. We'll see one by one that these are the security attacks. Okay. Here you see that some attacks, that keyloggers or network sniffing, already we know that gashing is also one of the important thing for a password threats, right? And cracking also. So here, why cracking is possible? Because passwords are not truly random. Why it is telling? Because you see that it's clearly telling that your password should be either 52 upper lowercase letter, 10 digits, or 32 punctuation. They will be mentioned clearly, right? 8 characters that password. Most of the people will use a dictionary words, right? Or a relative or pet names for 1 million common, right? So different system impose different password requirement. So this is also very important point I'll tell, because of these things also sometimes that the problems are happening, because if you are using a 10 different system, then 10 different password you have to use, and 10 different password requirements that they will ask, and for that it will be very much difficult to you for a remember for everyone, right? Password there, and some they will tell you that password needs to be changed often, some passwords are only used occasionally. This is also kind of thing. So these are the, because of all these point that for a particular system, or if you're trying to crack a password, so which is not that much easy, which is possible. So these are the some security attacks related to password, like a dictionary attack. Already I told that some kind of dictionary they will use. Okay, brute force attack, right? So brute force kind of that all possibility that they will try to do. Okay, rainbow table attack, some kind of has value will be mentioned over there. Okay, so in the storage storing value point of view, okay, phishing attack. So this is basically a phishing attack, some social engineering approach. They will call you, right, like they will use some technique in the phishing attack, like you will not understand that how they have taken your password if you are not aware of the link, right? So whenever you will click a link, that you will feel that the website is genuine, and you will provide a correct password, and whenever you will provide a correct password, it will go to the their server, that attacker server, and attacker will retrieve your password. Okay, so that kind of approach that they will use. Okay, social engineering approach also, that means kind of a phishing. Okay, they will use, and they will try to find, sometimes they will different techniques that they will use. They will call you, they will messages you. Okay, they will try to find you. Okay, so malicious software they sometimes they will use, they will try to sometimes guess also. So different kind of possibilities you see that for password attacks. So these many possibilities are there. Okay, these many possibilities are there that that attackers or that adversaries are trying to do, are trying to find that somehow that security to break the security system. They are trying to find the passwords, right? So if that password, if you are using, then what kind of system we should use? That some earlier system as well as the advanced system, so that the attacker cannot retrieve the password from our system. So this is basically the older approach. So in this older approach, they used to have a simple, what is that, password only. So if this simple password, if they are storing in that server, right, so it is very much easy to find it. And that maybe that server person, that whatever who is handling or maintaining the server side, they may also disclose it, right? So for that, there is a advancement or technique that they are using. Here they are using a hash value, right? So just it's a older approach to bit advanced, that just one technique they are developing, and they are using a hash function, right? That cryptographic hash function. So in this cryptographic hash function, that they are storing the value with the in the form of hash. So finding will be a bit difficult, but not that much difficult, because they may use some technique to guess it, right? So guessing password is not that much difficult. So from here it can be retrieved. Okay, so the next point that they have used, you see that one salting technique they have used, right? So in this salting technique, what they are doing, what they have done, that password is there as well as another information. So it means some another informations they have added to make the password more strong. For example, this password you have written as a, for example, some consider it okay, tiger. Okay, this tiger password, and some another information it's taking. So now this, whenever they have applied this hash value, now it is complicated. So now that guessing will be very difficult. But if simply you are using a, for example, tiger or any dictionary word, it will be very much easy to guess it from the that password. And as well as, for example, it's as it is a password file. If somehow that password file is leaked, okay, password file is leaked, okay, so like earlier version, that attacker will try to that guess it and try to find the password, right? So these are the techniques that we may use whenever we are storing some file, and we should do the analysis. For example, if a particular parameter, if we are storing, then we should take care that whether there is a possibility of security threats or not, right? So such kind of things we should consider whenever we are designing a protocol, or whenever we are designing some kind of security security protocols, right? So this is a most important attack, this insider attack. So because of this insider attack, if you see that nowadays several cyber attacks are there, or cyber kind of different attacks are possible because of insider attack. So what is the concept of insider attack? You can see here that, for example, what is the problem, this insider problem? Okay, so it is true that we all are having a different account. Now you consider that you are also having an account, right? So what we used to do that for this account and for all account, almost we all have a same password, okay? Or might be 2 or 3 different password, but in most of the cases we are using a same password, right? So the problem is you don't know that how this web account is, who is handling that web account, okay? And for web account 2 or a number of web account. But for example, if one of the web account is disclosing your password somehow, but we also don't know that what kind of protection mechanism that they are using to protect your password. But during the registration process, that's why that point is still that I highlighted, that every system is using a different requirement and different kind of algorithm to store the password, right? So this is creating a lot of problem to store the password. And if one of the password is leaked, then other account will be in danger, because for other account also you are using a same password, right? So that's why this password system is very much sensitive, and we have to be very taken care that we should use the password, different kind of password, not same password for a different account. But it is very much difficult to handle for us, because memorizing or to keep in our mind, or that high entropy password, the difficult password is very difficult, because what is that different kind of symbols, okay, some characters, some special symbols, some capital, small, so different combination that we're using, so it is very difficult. So that's why we are using a same one. So this is basically the problem, is a insider problem. If insider person is disclosing, then what we can do, right? So in such scenario, we can have a some solution, like for example, if we can design such kind of a system, like where there is a password management server, right? So this password management server, the target is what? We have to access some service. We have to take a service from here, right? So as we have to take a service from here, so what user will do? User will do their complete of registrations here in the password management. So once the registrations will be completed, we have to use some technique over here, so that that user can directly access any one of the server by performing only single registration. So that you see that multiple times and multiple passwords are not required, okay? And this password management server will be maintained by some registered or some what is the trusted entity, right? So that disclosing from here also it can be disclosed, but the thing is, if it is disclosing, then it will be detected that the password has been disclosed from this server only, right? So such kind of system we may design, but for this system also might be some loopholes will be there, because if we consider that multiple servers are there, so for that multiple server handling by that password management server will be difficult. So for that might be multiple password management servers are required. Okay, so this is also one challenge. So so this is one of the solution, might be another solutions will be there also, okay, to protect the insider threats or insider attack. So now we're at the end. That is what I discuss about the cryptanalysis technique, which is a very important thing to check whether your security system is in which stage. Okay, and also we should identify the potential security attacks, right? And if we design, so that time we should keep in our mind about the Kirchhoff principle, because that only we should rely on a strong keys, not other things like a encryption algorithm, decryption algorithms like this. Okay, and I have also discussed that secure key exchange, how to use that strong password, and resistance, like what is man in the middle attack, and how to protect it. We have seen for that Diffie-Hellman key exchange protocol. Okay, and lastly that some strategic protocol design. Okay, so different kind of like what I told you about that password related things, that we should protect it, and different kind of password if you are using, then it will be good for us. But if such kind of insider problem is there, then it will be very much difficult for protecting it. Okay, because if one of the server is disclosing, then it will be a uh, problem for the user, right? So this is the concluding remarks from this topic. Okay, so thank you so much. This is all about from my side. If any discussion or anything from your side, so please you can discuss with me.
Good evening, sir.
Good
I
evening.
just have nothing like question. I just wanted to know,
Yeah.
can you give some names of a few journals which are reputed, so that we can publish our security work there, related journals.
Sorry, I was asking ma'am, what kind of work is there? Can you tell me, so that I can suggest you the exact journal where you can publish your work?
Like if it is cybersecurity.
It is a cybersecurity. Okay, so if it is a cybersecurity, and if you are looking for a, for example, elsewhere, so you can go with a GISA journal, Journal of Information Security and
Sai journal,
Application.
Sai means
That GISA
basically.
journal you can go, Journal of Information Security and Application. Computer and Security Journal is there, that is also from elsewhere. Okay, and
Elsewhere, okay.
if you can go, that means it depends on that quality of the work where you
Work.
can go,
Yeah.
because if your quality is good, definitely first I'll suggest you should go with the IEEE transaction, right?
Yeah, but
So
no, little lower than that. I mean,
if it is like this, like for example, in Wiley also one journal is
sir,
there,
what is the
security and
acceptance? I think the acceptance for IEEE transactions is a long time, right? Maybe more than
no,
8
no,
months.
it's not like that. Some journals are there, they will be in 3 months or 4 months also,
They are
right?
ESCI or SCI. There are SCI also there.
No, that
I
is
mean, it's
a SCI.
basically SCI.
All are SCI. That all are SCI, and that all are top level, means that for IEEE, that is
Yeah,
a, definitely
that
it's a
is
top
there.
level journal.
But the latest topic journals which are coming up, they are also
Mm.
classified as SCI only there. I mean,
For
like IEEE transaction journal on artificial intelligence.
yes, 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 yes. So that journal, I think it is not a SCI yet. I think it's a very new
Mm.
journal. For it, I think minimum it will take few years for getting it
Yeah,
SCI.
yeah, that's so all IEEE transactions we cannot put, right?
No, no,
There
no,
is
no. That
classification there also,
yeah,
right?
definitely. So as per the domain that you have to submit or you have to go. Okay. So
So
as per the
that's why I
quality,
was asking Q2
as per
level
the
journals
quality of the
also.
work also, because I think as a author you will understand better than me that
Yeah,
what is the quality of the work. So accordingly that you can go
yeah.
and you can submit in either Elsevier or Springer or Wiley. Okay, so
Okay, Wiley
like
also.
that. Yes, yes, yes. No different
Uh-huh.
publishers are there. So in the different publishers
So
you can see.
can I get your email ID, sir?
Definitely. Why not? I think okay. If I think from chat, I'm typing here. I think the
Okay, sir.
chat is visible to you, right?
Yeah, chat is visible, sir.
Okay, so I'm typing my email ID. Okay, as well as my mobile number also I'm typing. No issue. So you can contact me also.
That's great, sir. Thank you.
Thank you,
Okay,
sir.
so thank you everyone.
Questions? Any other participant has got any other question that you would want to
Thank
ask?
you very much, sir.
Okay, thank you.
On behalf of all the participants and on behalf of the organizing team, I thank you for actually agreeing to be part of this FDP and delivering such an insightful session for all of us, sir. And additional thank you that you've recommended some kind of journals also so that the teachers who are into research, they can also explore that area and they can be benefited. And you've been kind enough to share your contact details so that everyone can reach out. So
Yeah,
on
definitely. Yes, yes. If I can help to someone, it will be great for me. So they can contact with me if some kind of help is required. Right. So
Yes, sir.
thank you, organizer. Thank you, Salim, and thank you others. Okay. So I think it's okay. So can I leave now, or if there is any other discussion?
nice, sir. Thank you so much, sir. We'll
Okay,
get
okay, okay. Okay. Thank you, Salim. Okay. Bye. Thank
thank you, sir.
you.
Bye, sir.
Okay.
Take care. Bye, sir.
Okay. Bye.
Yes. Dear participants, there is attendance that's being updated. Okay. So I think that should be solving the problem. You have about 7 minutes. So 6:30 is when your examination begins. 6:30 to 7:30 on the in case problem, please. But will be there for 6:30 to 6:40. I think like by 6:40, almost everybody is attending. Uh, that's it from my end. You will have to be in the meeting. Everyone will have to be in the meeting, and all the very best for your examination. I'm sure that almost everyone who has attended will be able to get the certificate. Okay. Please do not forget to give the feedback. Thank you. Yashwant, could you please stop recording?
Sir, feedback will be shared in the WhatsApp.
Beta, we will stop the recording. That's not needed as of now. I'll let you know when to begin recording. Yashwant, please share the video. Thank you. Yashwant, please share the video, Yashwant.
Yes, sir, it's going on.
I'm unable to see Yashwant. You're not sharing your screen.
We are able to see it.
Is it? Okay.
Yes, sir. The screen is sharing, and we are able to see this.
Okay, sir. I'll just rejoin them.
Okay.
Tanvir, I am here.
Sir, very good.
Yeah.
Sir, very good evening to you,
So
sir.
we were just
Thank you very much. Thank you.
can you on behalf of Department of Engineering, Vaagdevi College of Engineering, I welcome Professor S.S.P.N. Sharma, sir, the Dean, to the valedictory of this 6-day ATAL FDP on emerging trends and practical approach to cybersecurity. Sir, welcome to this valedictory ceremony, sir. We wanted to have you in inaugural, but we couldn't reach out to you. I also welcome the
Hello.
a very welcome to all the participants to this valedictory program. There has been a little glitch for few of you to take the examinations, and many of you have been able to give your exam and already have downloaded your certificates. So congratulations to everyone who has completed this successfully. And for the others, I'm sure that you will be able to complete it very soon. I now request Tanvi ma'am to speak a few words. Tanvi ma'am.
Yes. Thank you, Salim. Good evening, Sharma sir. Good evening to all the participants, coordinators, and faculty. Thank you, sir, Sharma sir, for being with us for a valedictory section. Uh, and um, and I would like to congratulate on behalf of management and principal and from the department, Dr. B. Shravan Kumar and Salim sir for coordinating this event for a 5-day workshop ATAL FDP in a successful and a fruitful manner. And I hope all the participants have gained much knowledge on cybersecurity and the practical approaches on it. Hope all the participants are had a happy learning at the end. And congratulations to all the participants for successfully achieving the certificates. Hope a few of them are being in the process. Don't worry, it will be done. And thank you, Shravan sir and Salim sir, for giving me the opportunity. I would like Sharma sir to speak a few words on this validity session. Sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm very grateful to all of you for having invited me to this function. I feel jealous of all these young people who are on the mission of learning every day. Whenever I come to college, every day I have a fear that am I not on par with my young people? This is making me to study every evening, day and night.
Sir, a bit hold, sir. You are on par with us, sir. Ahead of us, sir. We are learning from you, sir. Still.
No, this is my problem. I am telling you.
Yes.
Every day I feel that my age is already 76. I'm feeling that I have to learn something. Still, I am not on the way. After becoming a teacher in university, my guru used to say, Sharma, you are lucky that in university you have joined. Never miss any FDP because people with various backgrounds, with abundant knowledge, they come and they will give you shortcuts. Otherwise, you have to study complete subject. I still remember in 1979, I have studied one subject which is very typical subject. Even now, people are not touching it in mathematics. I heard from a Darjeeling professor. So every FDP is useful, and every teacher must equip, and every day he must put all the arsenal in his arms. It is our duty because the students are coming from the colleges and they are all going to various fields, and everywhere people are not using what we are teaching in our colleges. Everywhere the subject has changed. Only thing is we are opening the windows, not even doors, to the students. Basic rudiments of programming and a little bit database and other things. But otherwise, as the subject is growing, day to day, the implications and the difficulties and also security problems are increasing. The main problem of this emerging world is cybersecurity. We are all exposed. It is an open wound. There is no bandage. The problem is we have to guard our security, network security, and particularly cyber security. And I hope in future, all of you with your young and dynamic outlook, you will be seeing several new directions in this subject, particularly cybersecurity. Because security breaches are very, very common nowadays. Today you start a small thing, immediately people are breaching it. Recently, you have heard that every day one gentleman was pirating the films from the unknown sources and unknown remote locations. So now science has become what is called it was weapon once. Now we have to guard it. The time has come that we have to guard our own subject. And particularly, our department has done a wonderful thing in adopting this topic, cybersecurity. It is to be very seriously studied. Don't leave it. Make it, particularly all the faculty people, I advise them please keep on touch with your practical training. Teaching theory is very easy nowadays, but going to a class, to a practical class, and then updating the students and getting yourself updated is also a difficult task. Sitting together for hours together and then working, it makes us a lot. And I still remember my good olden days when I was in the starting stages of computer science, sitting in the before the system and then working practical classes. Now the time has come. Once again, all the faculty must go to labs and they must equip. I came to know, I'm being told by Mr. Stravan and Salim that you have got very good practical sessions. It's great that we have done that exercise. I hope all of you have been benefited with this good and informative program, which will pave a good life for you and also very good academic direction to all of you. I congratulate our department head, Tanveer Jahan, and then the two young and dynamic people, faculty, Mr. Shravan and Salim. They are good. They are always on their toes. They were doing good job. Even your head of the department, she is also doing very good job. And I congratulate all the participants, particularly. I have a goal. That goal is I have to, before I leave this world, I would like to see all the youngsters. They must be always say, Sir, I have learned yesterday so and so new topic. That spirit must be there, and that spirit please cultivate, and this cultivation will reap good harvest. And I congratulate our department for having successfully conducted this FDP program, and also thank you for giving me this opportunity to be along with us. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your kind words.
Thank you so much for those inspiring words, sir. And I'm sure that today, even beyond that, you have given us two more important points to remember. One thing is acquiring knowledge on a daily basis, and two, practicable knowledge. Or practical knowledge is what you actually wanted us to be upgraded with. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for the kind words that you have told about the entire department and the leadership. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. So, sir, as there were about 239 participants in this particular FDP, sir, who had registered, and most of them were regular, sir. And we had about two international speakers. There were about 6 speakers from the industry and 6 speakers from the academia. And we had 2 speakers from IITs, 3 speakers from NITs. The other people were from reputed institute and industry. Thank you so much. May we now request or listen from the participants their feedback, how they felt during this particular workshop. The open is floor for the participants to please share their feedback.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
So myself, Gyanesh Savita, and I am one of the participants who have, we can say, I have enjoyed the learning in this particular FDP, that is emerging trends and practical approach to cybersecurity. And I must congratulate and thanks always the whole team of Vaagdevi College of Engineering, especially Dr. Tanveer Jahan ma'am and Salim sir, and his all teams who supported us continuously throughout this journey of 6 days. Even though we were very tired after after coming from the offices, But despite this, we have enjoyed the learning because I have I have attended so many FDPs, but in this FDP, I felt actually fruitful. I enjoyed the learning, and I learned very much the things which are you can say the emerging trends in the field of cyber security. And all the participants were very good. They were continuously attached with the FDP. They all share their thoughts, and they share their expertise and skill. And I must I must thank to those experts for coming on the FDP from different field. As the Salim sir said, the academic industries, industrialists was there and academicians were there. So although all the experts were very enlighten us, but I especially impressed by the Venkateshwar Madala sir, Venkateshwarlu Madala sir, Pavni ma'am, and another name was there. Actually, the name was too long, so I couldn't remember. But all the experts were very technically sound and enlighten us technically. So thanks to all, and I congratulate all the teams once again. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for those kind words, sir. You have been one of the most prime participants who was very active. So it's good.
Thank you so much.
You're
Thank you.
welcome. You're welcome. Any other participant would want to kind of utilize this floor to express their views?
Good evening, sir.
Very good evening, sir.
Myself, Dr. Kumar Neesh from Anurag University, Hyderabad. All the sessions was very nice. Being actually, I belongs to EC department, but after actually EC department, I want to learn more about the cybersecurity because it is really latest thing, and everyone should know about that. What is happening? As per the Sarma sir also told that it is like everyone should learn, and learning should not never stop, because whatever the Sarma sir enthusiasm and the energy, we should also learn from him, that being like a 76 years and he's like our godfather, because whatever we are here right now, we are always the follow our elders. So that is the one thing. Regarding the FDPs, it was really arranged in a nice manner. All the 6 days was very nice, and especially if you ask me that whom I liked more as well, that Pavni ma'am, that was really nice, because when we talk for the cyber security, we should have to know about the awareness. That one point I want to tell from my side. We should be very aware, and also we have to tell others to be aware, that so that no one should be come into this trap. I'm using a word trap. The reason is that whatever how much we are going to do, still the new thing is coming. So we should, it's better that prevention. So we should be preventive for this actually. And other thing, if you ask me for regarding this, all are very nice, sir, and I'm very eager to attend any other FDPs from Vaagdevi College. And this is my first ATAL certification, as I already told the starting. It is really nice. Thanks a lot for all the organizing team, and as well as the Salim sir and the other people. Thanks a lot, sir.
Yes. Thank you, Neeraj sir, for those kind words, and congratulations for your first certification. Again.
Thank you, sir.
Any other participants want to kind of give feedback?
Yeah, very good evening. Very good evening to everyone. The ATAL FDP was very well organized. The dynamic coordinator Salim and Shravan sir and convener Tanvir madam managed the sessions efficiently and ensured smooth execution throughout the program, and appreciate their dedication and efforts in providing the quality learning to us. Thank you, one and all.
Good evening, Salim sir.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. This is Sarita from TKR College of Engineering, Telangana, Hyderabad. Sir, it was really wonderful listening to all the speakers worldwide, sir. And my special interest is Rama Patnaik ma'am. She was very keen and she has explained us very clearly how exactly the cyber laws are defined and everything. Even Venkana sir also explained us very clearly. I profound speakers like this, we are really encouraged with their words and their talks. We have learned a lot practically. Even few hands-on sessions were also conducted. So this is really wonderful session, and we have learned a lot, and we can use all this knowledge for our students. Thank you so much for conducting this type of session for Vaagdevi College of Engineering and Technology. And one of my friend is also there in Vaagdevi. This is also Sarita from Telugu department. Yeah. Thank you all. Thank you once again.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And we look forward that you instill the same in your students as well. Any more faculty would want to kind of give their feedback?
Myself, Josemary Gulamari from Jaimukhi Institute of Technological Sciences. Really, this FDP has been a highly informative and enriching sessions. Really, you have gathered the resource persons very well to bring all of them onto one platform. Really, they have helped us, and which were very informative, and they provided us insights about cyber threats, cyber laws, and ethical hacking, and some modern security tools, and some defense mechanisms. This has bridged a gap between the theoretical knowledge and the real world applications. So these sessions were very useful, and I congratulate the Department of Computer Science and Engineering for organizing such a wonderful online ATAL FDP program on emerging trends and practical approach to cybersecurity. And I sincerely thank all the organizers. Really, I thank Shravan sir and Salim sir for organizing such a wonderful FDP. And really, we are looking forward to more such initiatives from Vaagdevi College of Engineering. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for those kind words. I think one particular person that I need to thank the most, apart from speakers, is you participants who are giving them that energy and that vibe so that they could communicate very effectively and efficiently and transfer their knowledge to you. Okay. If there are no more faculty who would want to convey their thoughts or feedback on this particular FDP, I will open my floor to the coordinator of this particular program, Dr. B. Shravan Kumar sir, to speak a few words. Any more people? Yes.
Sir, 1 second, sir. Salim sir. Salim sir, am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible.
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Sir,
Yes, madam. Yes, madam, you are audible.
Can you please share the contact details of Sai Sati sir and Venkana sir, so we can ask them for the resource person in our upcoming seminars in our college? Is it possible, sir?
Yeah, why not?
Sure, ma'am. We will be sharing the details as they have suggested that we could share. We will definitely share it with you people.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
So good evening, sir. This is the last one. Thanks I want to give. Actually, I wanted to thank everyone who are the organizers and also the experts for delivering such brilliant lectures. And they were excellent, thought-provoking, and also especially hands-on sessions were very interesting. And apart from that, I would like to thank Ufera ma'am also. Nobody has taken her name, so that's why I thought I will add about her. So thank you very much. Thank you one and all.
Ma'am, congratulations to you. You also have been one of the most active participants, as I remember. Thank you for making the session.
Salim sir.
Thank you, Salim sir.
If you could please email all the experts, whether from the academy or field and whether from the industry field, so that will be benefited for us. So as the ma'am Sarita Reddy ma'am said, so we will invite them in our college too. If you could send. Thank you.
This platform is for mutual sharing, so we definitely will be going with their permission. Thank you. Any more participants would want to give their feedback? Yes, with your permission, all the participants, I now hand over the session.
Yeah, respected chief guest of the valedictory session, Professor SSVN Sharma Garu, esteemed resource persons, faculty members, and beloved participants. As we come to the successful conclusion of the online ACTE ATAL FDP on emerging trends and practical approach to cybersecurity, conducted from 1st December to 6th December at Vaagdevi College of Engineering, it is my privilege as the coordinator to propose the vote of thanks. First and foremost, I express my sincere gratitude to the AICTE ATAL Academy for giving us this opportunity to organize this prestigious program and for the continuous support in strengthening the faculty development. I extend my heartfelt thanks to our Chief Patron, Dr. C.S. Devendra Reddy Garu, for his constant encouragement and visionary leadership. I also convey my deep appreciation to our patron and principal Dr. K. Prakash sir and our vice principal Dr. K. Tirupati Rao sir for their unwavering support and guidance throughout the program. My special thanks to our esteemed deans, Professor S.S.V.N. Sharma sir and Dr. M. Shashidhar sir for their valuable suggestions and motivation, which played a significant role in the successful execution of this FDP. I would like to wholeheartedly thank our convener and head of the department, Dr. Tanvir Jahan Madam, for her exceptional leadership, meticulous planning, and continuous coordinations, as well as my coordinator, Mr. Salim Amir Ali Jiwani, for his dedicated support and teamwork in ensuring the smooth conduct of this FDP and all the sessions. I am extremely grateful to all the eminent resource persons who shared their expertise and practical insights on the theme of cybersecurity, making each session informative, relevant, and impactful. My sincere appreciations goes to technical team and faculty members, especially Mohammad Ufaira, whose relentless efforts behind the scenes and ensure the seamless conduct of this entire program. Finally, I extend my thanks to all the participants from various institutions across the country for your enthusiastic participation, active interaction, and positive feedback. Your engagement truly made this FDP a grand success. With immense gratitude and pride, I once again thank everyone who contributed to the success of this program and online AICTE ATAL FDP at Vaagdevi College of Engineering has successfully concluded. Thank you all, and I wish you continued success in your academic journey and professional journeys. Thank you, one and all.
Tanvi ma'am? Tanvi ma'am?
No. Yes, yes, yes.
Some closing
Thank you,
remarks,
Shravan
please.
sir. Yes, yes.
Thank you, madam.
Some of the participants are having some issues with attendance and assessment of a certificate. We will be solving you out. Okay, don't worry. We'll look into that and then we'll solve the request. Okay, thank you once again, all of you. Thank you. Be connected with us for the further sessions.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you, everyone. Have a very pleasant evening and all the very best for all your professional and personal endeavors. Thank you, everyone. Please do keep watching. Can we stop recording?
Hello, Salim sir. Is there is there any other session or not, or we finished up?